personally, as Nigeria, we are worried about it. Because nothing is moving, everything is stranded. You understand? So nothing is moving. So we are disturbed and worried.
Nigeria is no stranger to coups. So when the country's army chief of staff reportedly said some of his troops could be posing a threat, the government rejected the warning as routine. The army official reportedly suggested that suspected coup plotters have urged soldiers to leave their barracks and take a political stance. But the national leader of Nigeria's ruling APC party says there's no truth to the matter and dismissed it as a conspiracy theory. Nevertheless, the military has reportedly stepped up security. All this is happening as President Muhammadu Buhari is in the UK seeking medical treatment. I'm joined now by Tunde Doherty in London. He's the deputy chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress Party's UK chapter. Thanks so much for joining us, sir. Fascinating news coming out of Nigeria. Difficult to get to the bottom of it by reading multiple news articles. That's why we have somebody from the APC on. I'm glad. Was there a coup attempt and was it foiled?
Thank you very much for having me, and from the bottom of my heart to say it's nice being in your studio to speak about the issues, the current issues that is on ground in Nigeria now. Yes, the coup thing is being rumored that the higher service chief of the army has reiterated the fact that some people are making advances to the military for a likelihood of coup. And as you know, the leadership of our party has risen and said that they will not allow any coup to happen in Nigeria. As you know, we've had coups in Nigeria, and that has been part of what has set Nigeria back in the Committee of Nations. And across board, all politicians, all political parties are discouraging these heinous acts. The worst of a democratic government is better than the greatest military government that you will have anywhere in the world. The military has run Nigeria. They have run Nigeria. They have made corruption a perpetual thing that is taking Nigeria, our leader now, the president of the country, serious strength to combat corruption. And I believe that they would not dare have a coup in Nigeria because it does no good for Nigerians. As I said, we've seen the worst of military coup in Nigeria. It has not taken us anywhere. It has backed down our economic progress.
Right.
It has backed down our social
military
progress.
Coups are bad in general.
In our
yes,
infrastructure.
absolutely, fully understood. Now, I just want to kind of backtrack a little bit and go to the very premise again, because it's not absolutely clear what happened, how it happened, and so on. So as far as I understand from what you said and from what I've read, something was bubbling. There was movement, and then it was foiled. You had the Chief of Army Staff, Tukur Buratai, telling the Vice President that all threats had been neutralized. So is it absolutely clear that something was happening, and then it was neutralized? And then my question to you is, how close were they to ousting President Buhari and actually taking control of the country?
I must confess to you that, yes, the chief of the army had come out to say there was an intention of a coup, there was a plot. Saying there was a plot and a coup does not actually translate to the fact that the coup actually took place. Because as soon as the chief of the army notified that there was a coup, he had already gone to start condoning every persons who are involved in this act. Definitely the Chief of Army is doing his best. Yes, there are some contending forces who from day one of the inauguration of our President Buhari has been against him, because you see, that is what corruption brews. The corruption try to fight back, so they are trying to use every means possible to get the army involved in taking over leadership in Nigeria.
Can I give you another interpretation? Sorry to interrupt you.
Thank God.
Yes. Let me come in then. My apologies for interrupting you. I just need to kind of get through as much as possible because our time is short. So can there be another interpretation that President Buhari hasn't done well in his 2 years in charge? He had this promise of rooting out corruption. He had a promise of reviving the economy. He had a promise of defeating Boko Haram. Can it be that they are political players and military players who are saying this is a lousy government, it hasn't fulfilled its promises, that's why we have to take matters into our own hands?
That's a wrong notion. For instance, let me tell you that whoever is saying that President Buhari has not done well in the last 2 years is nothing but a person who does not even want the progress for the nation. The government is barely 2 years. It's going to be 2 years old. Imagine a government of 2 years. Imagine the government that was before us who had run that country for 16 years. You will see the huge corruption. You will see the huge amount of decadence they have put the country into. President Buhari had come into power. He has streamlined and he has stated this non-tolerance for corruption. And because of this, these people, because they don't have free money anymore, it's difficult for them to move money from Nigeria to anywhere. You can imagine all the latest hideout where they kept billions of dollars that are meant for projects. So this caliber of people are people that are not comfortable with the president. Okay. They are people who in their life they have not worked for the benefit of that nation. So they will go to any length to invoke or involve any means of derailing the government.
Right. Good point. Whoever they are, could they be mobilizing because the president hasn't been well recently? There have been rumors of his health. He hasn't been well. He hasn't made many appearances. The vice president has been acting up for a little while. Could they be sensing an opportunity, whoever they may be, because the president, who's not a young man, because he hasn't been too well recently?
Nigerian constitution is so clear. The function of government is ongoing on a daily or hourly or minute basis. You see, the fact that the president is a little bit ill does not say that every works of government is grounded. The president has the right to take leave and look after himself, which is doing. And the function of government, the function of government is going on a daily basis. There are a lot of restructuring here and there. If you note, last week the acting president did sign some executive orders to make sure that business to Nigeria are done with ease. So the government running is ongoing. Well, the president has some time to just recuperate and he will get back to work. But because the president is not there, the acting president is doing excellently well in transforming the nation, in fulfilling the manifesto of the party, in making sure that Nigeria is well run, and it is running fantastically well.
Okay, Tunde Doherty, good to talk to you. Thanks for your insights. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.